निहारिका जी का चल रहा हो कुछ बढ़िया।
Namaste, Jai Gurudev to all. We are all volunteers and disciples of Gurudev Sri Ramlal Ji Siyag, and it gives me immense pleasure to share today with you all the Vedic Indian yoga philosophy and meditation and yoga philosophy of Gurudev Sri Ramlal Ji Siyag, so that a lot of confusions and a lot of doubts are cleared. Yoga is the union of soul with God, or yoga is the union with the universal consciousness. We will try and throw some light on what is Indian yoga philosophy, on the Vedic principles as propounded by Saint Patanjali, what is the yoga philosophy or the meditation process by Gurudev Sri Ramlal Ji Siyag, and all the regular questions and doubts that we receive by various practitioners and disciples across countries. I have with me today Professor Sri Pradyuman Singh ji, who has been the disciple of Gurudev from past 20 years, and he has been conducting programs of meditation in the light of Gurudev from many years. Namaste Pradyuman Singh ji. I welcome you to the show.
Namaste and Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. So, the first question that we have in the series of the rounds that we will cover to understand more and throw more light on the philosophy of Gurudev Sri Ramlal Ji Siyag meditation and yoga is, what is Vedic philosophy or science of meditation and yoga, and how is it connected to Gurudev Sri Ramlal Ji Siyag? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Niharika ji. Thank you for this introduction that I am disciple of Guru Siyag. I think all other uh, things don't matter a lot when you are disciple of Gurudev. You don't need to be a lecturer or professor or anything else. When you become disciple of Guru Siyag, it is the highest and most honored uh, post according to my intellect, that you become
True.
disciple of the biggest force in this universe. So, as it is our today's topic, that we will discuss and we will speak about Vedic philosophy and its similarities or relevance with Guru Siyag Yoga. See, this country, which is known as India nowadays, this subcontinent, as you must have heard name of Maharishi Aurobindo Ghosh. And Maharishi Aurobindo Ghosh was a true yogi. He was a person of such high intellect that at that time, in the English times, when India was under England and England used to rule upon this subcontinent, at that time he was person of that intellect that he cleared ICS examination, which was considered the toughest exam in the whole globe. And instead of joining that most renowned and most respected job of Indian civil services, Maharishi Arvind chose to fight for motherland India. And he asked Lord Krishna to help him in this endeavor of getting freedom for his motherland India. and he became a yogi. And it was in Alipur jail where he received his first message from Lord Krishna. And later on, after coming out of jail, he gave his most famous speech of Uttarpara. And every learned Indian must read Uttarpara speech. Because in that speech, Maharishi Arvind came with Maharishi Arvind prepared something else to speak on that forum, but at the last moment, he was ordered by Lord Krishna to change all the matter, and something was put in front of him. And Maharishi Arvind said that whatever I am speaking now in Uttarpada, it was not designed by me. It is order of Almighty that I need to speak such words. And at that time, Maharishi Arvind spoke in that Uttarpada speech that this subcontinent of India, Lord himself told Arvind that this subcontinent is very special in this globe. This part of earth which is known as India, it is absolutely special. And the community living here is known as Aryans or Arya. And it is a Sanskrit term, Arya. It means people with high qualities. People think that Arya is some race or it is a sort of religion. No, no, no. Arya means person with high qualities. Even if a person is African, he is Christian, he is a Muslim, still, if he holds high qualities in his character, then he can be called an Arya or Aryans. And the Lord Krishna told Maharishi Arvind that I have in this subcontinent restored and I have prepared something for the whole humanity, something which will be very beneficial for every human being. And that knowledge, it was given to the people living in this subcontinent who were known as Aryans. And that knowledge is the knowledge of Vedas. That knowledge is nowadays called Sanatan Dharma. Afterwards, outsiders from India, they called this knowledge as Hinduism, which according to me is not the right terminology because it is more a geographical word. Hindu means all those who live behind the river Sindhu are Hindu. So it is a geographical term. But this knowledge was earlier known as Sanatan Dharma or Vedas. And Vedas are made up of one word called Vid Dhatu in Sanskrit. From it, the word Veda comes. And you will be happy to hear that Vid means knowledge. So Vedas are nothing but a nectar of knowledge, ocean of knowledge. And when we talk about its relevance with our philosophy of Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga, let me tell you that Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga is the practical aspect of literary part of Vedas. Gurudev, in his speeches many times, clearly stated this thing that in the beginning there were two branches. One was Vedanti and one was Yogi. Yogis can be called scientists of ancient world. They did all the practicals and experiments in this laboratory called human body. And they came to know that all of the universe lies within our body. And we are vast. and even God resides in this universe. So they gave their first principle that whatever is in the universe lies within our body, and whatever is in a human body lies within the whole universe. Yatha Pind Sa Brahmand. So Pind and Brahmand are the same, the body and universe are the same. So there were two branches. One was yogis and second was Vedantis. And Gurudev said that whatever yogis experimented and they wrote it down during the things what they found during their experiments, the results, the proved facts, they wrote it down. And the second branch, which was called Vedantis, they were those people who just read out all the things written by yogis, all those formulas, all those principles which were proved by yogis. They were orally readed, or they were orally spoken by these people called Vedantis. They just read those books and spread the word among the people. And then Gurudev said that after a long period of time, yogis disappeared and these Vedantis still remained in India. So the books are there. What Vedantis are doing, that they are reading out all those books. They are quoting from all those books which were actually written by yogis. And yogis were none else but scientists of the ancient era who did practical and got all those results. But the seed cannot be destroyed in its own motherland. So the yoga, although it appeared that yogis have disappeared from this globe and this earth, but yogis like Baba Shri Gangai Nath Ji, his guru, Bhavnath Ji, and all the Nath yogis whose holy shrine is in Kajalwas, the great yogis of Nath cult, they still remained in the jungles and all, and they saved this knowledge of yoga. But they did not come in front of people. They lived aloof life, isolated life in the jungles and in the mountain caves. But it was Baba Shri Gangai Nath Ji, the descendant of those great yogis, the true Guru of India. He ordered Guru Siyag that the knowledge which is there in Vedas, but it is into a literary form only. Nobody has the power to prove those principles as true facts. Nobody is there in this world who can practically prove these principles in front of scientific world. So Baba Shri Gangai Nath Ji ordered Gurudev that it is your duty now. I am giving this greatest task for the welfare of humanity to you, and now you should resign from your railway service and you should work for spreading this divine knowledge among the human beings. And then Gurudev Siyag came into the limelight and he started doing all those things practically which are written in a literary form in Vedas. Let me give you an example. There are four Vedas actually. Actually, we call them, because I teach philosophy. So the true term for Vedas is not Vedas actually. The true word is Sahitas. There are four Sahitas. Rik Samhita, Sam Samhita, Yajush Samhita. है ना? So, and Athar Samhita. But in a general term, we call it Rig Ved, Samved, Yajurved, and Atharved. And oldest of them is Rig Ved. In Rig Ved, there is an instance where the Vedic Rishi clearly gives a message that our human body is containing 7 layers or seven sheets. Among those 7 layers lies the soul, which is nothing but a true part of God Himself, and God in its purest form. What we call soul is God Himself. And till we don't realize that soul, we won't be able to get relief from all type of problems in our life, or this life and death cycle. We cannot come out of it till we realize our soul. And he names them that he starts with the matter. I will quote the Sanskrit terms also. He says the first layer is called Annamaya Kosh. Annamaya Kosh means the layer of matter. Then he says the second one is Pranmaya Kosh, which is layer of life. Third one is Manomaya Kosh, the layer of mind. And the fourth one is Vigyanmaya Kosh, the layer of science. And Vedic Rishi clearly states that in our body there are 7 chakras. And these 4 layers, they cover from the lowermost part of our spine to this point over here, what we call Agya Chakra. Till here we have these 4 layers. And today's human being, many of them, they have developed themselves to the 4th layer, the layer of science, Vigyanmaya Kosh. And due to development till this fourth layer of science, many human beings are able to use science in its most modern way, and new scientific inventions are there. But Gurudev Siyag clearly states that because human being has developed only till the 4th layer, and still it is 7 layers basically, so 3 are still undiscovered. They are untouched, unexplored. And they start from this particular place called Agya Chakra. As you can see in the picture of Baba Shri Gangai Nathji, you will see 3 lines on his forehead here, which are called Tripind. And Tripind is representation of these 3 layers. The 5th one is Anandamaya Kosh, the layer of bliss, the greatest thing, much more than the sensuous pleasures. The 6th one is Chittamaya Kosh, the layer of knowledge. And the last one is Satmaya Kosh, the layer of existence, where our true soul exists. So Gurudev is awakening Kundalini power in human beings, and by the grace of Guru Siyag, that Kundalini power is able to pierce these all chakras, and it comes here very soon on Agya Chakra. And the toughest part is piercing this Agya Chakra, which can only be done by a Siddha mantra, the greatest mantra given by a Siddha-Guru. And when this Agya Chakra is pierced, according to Maharishi Patanjali's philosophy, when human being starts its journey from Vigyanmaya Kosh to Satmaya Kosh, or when it starts piercing, or when it pierces the 6th chakra of Agya Chakra, it starts its journey to the last chakra, which is Sahasrara. And Yoga says here Lord resides. At that time, he goes into the state of Samadhi, which is a true state of pleasure. Gurudev used to quote this thing many times during his speeches, that till you are not freed from all type of diseases, till you are suffering from something, some problem, you won't attain the state of Samadhi. So, till a person is not completely released from its diseases, the mother power Kundalini induces certain yogic movements in the body of disciple, and it controls the Kundalini power awakened by Guru Siyag. That mother power controls the whole body, mind, breathing, and she makes a sadhak or disciple perform all asanas, pranayamas, mudras which are needed to cure that particular problem. So, before coming of Guru Siyag on this planet, Vedantis used to read things from Vedas and Vedic scripture, but they were not able to prove it practically. But after coming of, or after descent of the 10th incarnation Lord Kalki, who is Guru Siyag, and he is comforter of the Western philosophy also. Christians are waiting for Guru Siyag in the name of comforter. Judaism, they are waiting for Masiha, which is Gurudev himself. Even the Buddhist religion awaits Gurudev Siyag in the name of Maitre. And Sanatan Dharma clearly waits for the 10th incarnation, which is Kalki and which is Gurudev Siyag. Maharishi Aurobindo Ghosh clearly stated in his books and philosophy that now it is not in the power of rishis to attain global peace, because the problems of this globe are so complex and so vast and so large that only if God descend on this earth, if the incarnation of Lord Vishnu comes, Lord Krishna himself descends in human body, then only problems can be solved. Now it is out of the power of Rishi, Muni, sages, saints and vibhutis. Now only avatar can do the trick. So they, Maharishi Arvind, Vivekananda, those all greatest vibhutis, they gave their whole life praying to God that you should come now. And Gurudev answered their prayers. And on 24th November 1926, he descended in a human body. And he is no one else except then 10th incarnation Lord Kalki. And when people ask me, how can you say that he is Lord Kalki and he looks so normal, he looks like our grandfather and he wears such simple dress and all. So, and many people say that we haven't heard of these things like awakening of Kundalini, meditation from just meditation starts, or Kundalini awakening starts just with his picture and chanting of his mantra. Then we disciples reply them that, see, it is a philosophy of evolution. And it says that whatever humanity has experienced till date, now the next development is going to be so vast and so huge. It will not be for a group of disciples and a simple guru or just handful of disciples. The last incarnation, Lord Kalki or Guru Siyag, or that comforter, you may call him with, there are several names to call him. He is coming here, or he has come here for the change at global level. Maharishi Aurobindo Ghosh clearly stated that spiritual evolution of this human world is going to start. Divine transformation of whole human race. This is not going to be a limited change. It is going to be the most revolutionary thing happening in this globe. I don't know the date because nature and Lord Almighty, they have their secrets, they have their ways. But I'm absolutely sure that Maharishi Arvind and Vivekananda ji has clearly stated, and it will take place, that someday everybody, every human being on this planet is going to be aware about Gurudev. They will come to know that there is such a picture which responds back. If you pray to picture of Gurudev Siyag, then it responds back to you like a human being. If you pray to Gurudev, then Kundalini Shakti is awakened straight away in 15 minutes of meditation, and your body goes out of your control. And Gurudev takes control of that body. That Mother Power Kundalini takes control of the body. And whatever humanities are calling incurable, all those things are getting cured. So, in gist, I would say that Gurudev Siyag has come to make humanity realize the practical aspect of all the literature that is there in the Vedic philosophy or Vedas for the sake. Yeah. So you can go on with your next questions and your thoughts also, Niharika ji. Let's keep it in a talking way because you yourself are a great disciple of Gurudev and you must have had your experiences all these years. Yeah, please.
Thank you so much, Pradyuman ji, for your kind words. And there is only one person who is great in our entire mission, and that is Gurudev. And as I always say,
Absolutely.
we are only puppets, and puppets keep changing. We have to play our role, and the next generation has to come to do their role. So, very, very beautiful words on the philosophy of Vedas and how Gurudev Sri Ramlal Ji Siyag has been helping the human mankind and will definitely help in future. Now, I want to understand how this Vedic philosophy can help solve the present problems which are humongous or immense problems that human beings are facing today in the entire world. How Vedic philosophy and Gurudev Shri Ramlal Ji Siyag's meditation can help solve everyone's problem. Can we have a scientific approach to it, or how should we look forward to it? Thank you.
Yeah, that is a very good question, I would say. Very practical one. See, as far as the Vedic philosophy and its relevance with Guru Siyag is concerned, I would say that biggest threat in front of today's humanity is world peace. As you can see in the news, there is a clear threat that some countries are saying that we will use atomic power if our demands are not fulfilled. If it doesn't work our way, then we will go for the atomic option. And all learned people know what atomic weapons can do. Only India has so many atomic weapons which can destroy this earth twice or thrice. Now, we are not talking about the thousands and thousands of atomic warheads which Western countries are having. I will not name any specific country, but you all can understand what I'm talking about. Gurudev, in his introduction to this philosophy, in the very first instance, Gurudev clearly discussed this thing that there are three powers in the human or in this human race. There are three ways or three powers through which they work. The first one is, in Sanskrit, Gurudev uses the word Janbal, Dhanbal, and Manbal. Janbal is muscle power, or you can call it power of weapons and all those things. So today what world is facing is that countries with Janbal or muscle power or power of force, great army, great air force, great weaponry, great armory, they are talking about that do according to our instructions or we will destroy you. Do things according to our guideline. Otherwise, we will do this thing or do that thing. So, by threatening others with your power, it cannot bring peace in this globe. So, Janbal is not working. The second one is Dhanbal, the power of money. Gurudev clearly stated that people who are having economic power, they are using muscle power according to their own benefit. So money is not guarantee to peace. Like you can see, there is a country called North Korea, and it has got a dictator. Just before 2 or 3 days back, it exercised its new missile. They experimented on a 13,000 kilometers missile range. And from North Korea, that missile can take on atomic warhead to every city in USA, to every city in America. Although Americans are having the highest money in this world, but every missile in Russia of long range can reach America. So the economic force is not guarantee to world peace or your safety. And Gurudev always talked about the third power, which is Manbal, the power of mind, the power of knowledge. Since time immemorial, India is known as Vishwa-Guru. What do you think India is known as Guru for what? The yoga prevailing in today's world, is it that exercise what we call yoga? Is India a Vishwa Guru? Because there are some trainers in India and who are charging a lot of money to teach people about this exercise called yoga. In no way this exercise, what is called yoga today, and whose sole aim is fitness of body, in no way you can call it yoga philosophy or the true yoga philosophy, whose main aim is to reach the highest stage of development, which is moksha or salvation. The Nath Gurus or Vedic philosophy talks about this yoga philosophy in this way. They call it that there are three problems in this world: Dehik, Devik, and Bhautik Tap. Dehik Tap means problems related to your body. Bhautik Tap means problems related to your this materialistic world. Like a person is suffering from a disease, then he is suffering from Dehik Tap. If a person meets an accident or he is bitten by a snake or he is suffering some monetary problem, he is suffering from Bhautik Tap. And Indian philosophy even talks about the third tap or third problem also, which is Devik, spiritual disease. And the first guru or the Machendra Nathji, who is the ancient guru of this Nath cult, he is known as Adi Guru of this Iron Age or Kali Yuga. He has clearly mentioned that this yoga is a immortal fruit of a tree called Vedas. In Sanskrit, I will name this shloka. He says in Sanskrit that there is a all wishes granting tree which is called the tree of Vedas. He says, Dvij sevit shakhashya shruti kalp taroha phalam shamanam bhav tapasya yogam bhajat sattama. Let me simplify this for you. He says there is a tree which is kalp vriksha. Kalp vriksha means a tree which grants all the wishes to the seeker. That tree is called the tree of Vedas. And then he moves forward and he says that there are two people. One are Vedantis and second are yogis. He says that Vedantis only count the branches of that tree. But yogis, they eat the fruit on that tree, and that fruit is called yoga or yog. And when you eat that immortal fruit of yog, you are freed from all three tap, all three problems: daihik, devik, and bhautik. Physical, your bodily problems, your materialistic problems, and even your spiritual problems. So, since time immemorial, there is no date to it. India is considered Vishwa Guru or spiritual guru of this globe, because again and again, great gurus like Machandra Nath Ji, Gorakhnath Ji, they took birth on this holy land of India. And now the time has come when Lord himself has descended in form of Guru Siyag. It is a matter of great amazement for me that just a simple picture, and it is changing human lives in the most positive way possible. Just a simple mantra given by Guru Siyag, and that mantra is changing lives of human beings, and the count is innumerous. So many people's lives are getting changed. Just 2 days back, I spoke to a disciple of Guru Siyag, and I was very amazed to hear her name is Bhuvneshwari ji. She is from Tamil Nadu. And I came to know about her that she never met Guru Siyag. Although he was there, she became disciple in the lifetime of Gurudev. But she didn't got the chance to come to Rajasthan or Jodhpur where Gurudev resided. She didn't knew how Gurudev looked. She just prayed thousands kilometers away from Gurudev's body. She prayed to Gurudev that Gurudev, I am suffering from this problem of arthritis or some problems, psychological problem also, like depression and all. And just by merely praying to Gurudev's picture and just by chanting that divine mantra given by Gurudev, she got rid of all those problems within no time. And she was getting treatment from doctors. Tamil Nadu is a very advanced and educated state. And she was taking medication and was not getting the results. And then just by chanting, what is a mantra? Mantra is just combination of some words. People from science feel like me. It is really hard to believe that just combination of some words can get you get your problem cured, get your disease cured, which is not even possible for the advanced science or medical science to cure. So this is the science of yoga which has appeared with Guru Siyag. Although nothing new is happening, Gurudev clearly stated this thing, that whatever I am doing is Shastrokt. Shastrokt means it is according to our scriptures. Whatever I am doing is not a miracle. It is absolutely according to our philosophy. But people are getting amazed. They are not believing because the practical part has started now. Till date, they only read things in the books. But now, when the practical thing has started, and it is very unfortunate to see that people from India are not believing on their own knowledge. In these online programs and during all these years of prachar, I came to know, and I will call it that it is unfortunate on our part that this country of India is the originator of this knowledge. This is the holy land, this is the pious land where incarnations took place, where all the avatars came, including Gurudev. And still the people of India don't consider their knowledge as the supreme most. And what a pity that people from Western arena, people from the Western world, they are inclining so fast towards this knowledge. I will call those people as the most positive people, because even Vivekananda ji also stated similar thing during his speech. Vivekananda stated about America. I will quote Vivekananda ji on this instance. Vivekananda said, let anything new come in this world and the Americans will be the first to accept it. So I think this philosophy of Guru Siyag, it will be accepted first by the Western world. And it is so unfortunate that we Indians, who are generators of this knowledge, Guru Siyag took birth in India. He is not from USA. But still, it is all Leela of Lord Vasudev. What can we do about it? So we are just trying to spread this word. Gurudev has come here to prove that our Vedas are not a fiction. They are not mere stories told by some rishi. It is the knowledge which is absolutely based on scientific foundations. But till today, there was nobody, even Swami Vivekananda also. He just talked about our Vedantic philosophy. He started Vedant Foundation over there. Vedant means the knowledge of Upanishads. Because I teach philosophy, let me throw some light on this part also. Vedic scripture consists its 4 parts. First is Sanhita. Sanhita means 4 Vedas. Rigved, Yajurved, Samved, Atharved. They are Sanhitas. After Sanhita comes number of Brahmins. These were created to understand Vedas. After Brahmins come Aranyak or Aranyakas. Aranya means jungle. Because this knowledge was only given in the isolation of jungle or forest. That's why they were named Aranyak. And the last part of Veda are Upanishads. And because Upanishads are the ant or the end of Vedantic philosophy, that is why Upanishads are called Ved plus Ant, Vedant. The last part of Vedic philosophy are Upanishads. And Swami Vivekananda talked about Vedantic philosophy. It means he talked about Upanishadic philosophy. You read Upanishads. I have read many of them. They talk about awakening of Kundalini. They talk about Samadhi. They talk about realization of God. But was it happening in this globe? Was it even happening in India before Guru Siyag? I would say no. There were only Vedantis, gurus who used to give speeches, but they didn't have the power to awaken Kundalini. They spoke very well. They are very good speakers. Even in today's world, in India also, many people call themselves Guru, Sadguru, and many other names they call themselves. But the reality is that they don't have Gurudom. Vivekananda clearly stated, till a person has the power to awaken Kundalini, he cannot be called Guru. And there is only one Guru, and he is Lord Vishnu. He is comforter. He is Guru of all Gurus, and that is Guru Siyag. You don't even have to reach to his place. Wherever you are sitting in this globe, you can Google Guru Siyag and you will get the picture of Guru Siyag. Keep the picture in front of you and pray to him that if you are a true Guru, show me your power. And then just meditate. Close your eye, try to imagine Gurudev's picture here and chant any word like Gurudev, Gurudev mentally. And straight away, within 10 to 15 minutes, you will know what Guru Siyag is. Kundalini Shakti will be awakened and automatic movements, involuntary movements, pranayamas, it will start in your body. Even if you are sitting in Chicago or Copenhagen or Canberra or Africa or anywhere, you will know what the power of Guru Siyag is. Just by praying to a mere picture. And when you will do the sadhana, when you will do the regular meditation 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening and chant the divine word given by Gurudev, you will basically do the sadhana or tapasya of Vedantic philosophy. Whatever that is written in those Vedic literature, that will become a practical to you. You will be able to realize those mantras every day during your meditation. So it is a vast ocean, Niharika ji, and we can go on and on about Guru Siyag. There is a great saying, Hari Anant, Hari Katha Ananta. So Hari means Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. He is Anant, endless, and his story is also endless. So we bow to the Guru of all Gurus, Guru Siyag. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, very well and very rightfully said, Pradyuman ji. Actually, the power is the power of Guru and the healing power of mantra. The mantra can not only heal the mind, the body, the soul, it can heal the entire creation, it can heal the entire universe. What we look forward is for peace, what we look forward is for upliftment, what we look forward is to have a unity in the world and somehow to bring about an end to stop the problems that humanity is facing nowadays. We will have a detailed discussion on how the mantra helps, how effective the mantra and how powerful the mantra is. So, in the next section or in the next part, please do keep updating with us and listen on the healing powers of mantra, how Guru after the other in the principle in the Guru disciple principle of I Panthi Nath Yogis, the same mantra was transferred and it has become an energy point, it has become a healing point, and it has been given in Gurudev's own voice. Hence, the positive vibration of the mantra, the healing powers of the mantra are helping humanity across the world. And no other but people from US, UK, Russia, Israel, Mauritius are speaking themselves of the changing being brought about in themselves daily, whether it is their mental health, physical health, or any of their problems. You will get a practical solution. Only you will have to follow the process. 15 minutes in the morning meditation and 15 minutes in the evening meditation, and continuous chanting of the mantra silently. In the description box, we will mention you our upcoming meditation programs on Google and Zoom. Every week we will have programs for meditation. Do tune in for next sessions. Have a blissful life. Thank you. Jai
Thank
Gurudev.
you. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev to you.
Jai Gurudev.